If you like this video, make sure to click that notification bell so you get a notification anytime I upload a new video. Hope you enjoy.
Hey, what's up there YouTube? How's it going? So in mid-2015, I uploaded my How to Beatbox tutorial for beginners. And in that tutorial, I taught all of you the basics of beatboxing. And I'll leave a link to that in the description if you don't already know the basics of beatboxing. But today's tutorial is going to be a follow-up to that, because I'm going to teach all of you beginner and intermediate beatboxers how to take your beatboxing skills to the next level. And basically how I'm going to do this is I'm going to teach all of you 4 tips that any beginner beatboxer can easily use in their beats in order to instantly sound more like the professional beatboxers. So I guess pretty much you could say in this tutorial, I'm going to teach you how to beatbox like a pro. And by the way guys, before I get into this tutorial, I just want to establish that I realize that I'm in no way a professional beatboxer, but over the years that I've been beatboxing, I've tried to learn based off of what I've seen the professionals do, you know, I've been inspired by them. So today, I'm going to take what I've learned from them and try to explain it in an easy way to help you guys make your beatboxing sound more professional. So, let's get into this. Alright, so my first tip today, in order to make your beatboxing sound more professional, is to keep your beats clean. And what clean means in beatboxing terms is keeping your beats at a nice consistent rhythm and tempo and not being all sloppy and all over the place. Now, in my personal opinion, I think that having sloppy beats can sometimes be the biggest giveaway that you're newer at beatboxing. And in the past, when I was newer at beatboxing, I had trouble keeping my beats clean as well. So from my past experiences and what I've seen others have trouble with, I've come up with 2 main reasons why people have trouble keeping their beats clean. And I've also come up with 2 solutions for those problems. And basically those 2 problems are that you either are doing something too fast or complex for yourself, or you might have trouble staying on beat or keeping a steady tempo. Now if your problem is that you're trying to do something too fast or complex for yourself, I've come up with a solution for this problem. Now generally what I figured works for me is if you're trying to do something really fast or really complex, you have to be able to get it at a slower speed before you attempt it at a higher speed. So my strategy that I've come up with is that I start doing it at a lower speed, like let's just say if my pattern is this. You start it at a lower speed, and once you get comfortable with that speed, you gradually get faster. So instead of doing, you move up to something a little bit faster, like, and then you just keep on gradually getting faster and faster until you could do it at the speed you want, like, just like that. So basically, to sum up what I just said, you get comfortable with doing the beat at a lower speed, then you move on to getting comfortable with doing it at a medium speed, then you move on to getting comfortable with doing it at the speed you want, and eventually you should get it real well. Or, if you're having trouble keeping your beats clean due to the fact that you might not be very good at staying on beat or keeping a steady tempo, then here's what I'd suggest. I would suggest going to the App Store and getting yourself a metronome app. And what you do is right here, right over there, you set which speed or tempo you want your beats to be. I'm putting mine at 120, you can put yours at whatever number you want. And what you do is you press play, and it'll click along to the correct speed, so you can practice your beats at the correct speed without getting off beat. Just like that. Alright, so now that I've taught you all how to keep your beats clean, I'm going to move on to the second tip of the day on how to make your beatboxing sound more professional. So the second tip of the day is to add some speed into your beats, or make your beatboxing faster. And the reason why this makes you sound more professional is because obviously, you know, beatboxing is a lot harder to do at a higher speed. And back in August, I actually made a tutorial on how to beatbox faster. So if you want a more in-depth tutorial on that, then I would suggest checking out the link to that tutorial in the description. But I'm going to teach you how to beatbox faster the best I can today. So I've found that the easiest way to beatbox faster is to add in your beats what's called speed patterns. And what speed patterns are beatboxing patterns that are very easy to do at a higher speed due to the fact that it's a very comfortable and simple mouth movement. And I've found that the easiest speed pattern to do are what's called BTKs. And BTK should sound a little something like, and the reason why this is called BTKs is because if you slow it down, it literally sounds like you're doing a letter B, a letter T, and a letter K sounds, like. And pretty much all the BTKs are is making a kick drum sound, making a hi-hat sound, and then making an outward K sound, like, and then putting them all together, like. And if you want to practice getting your BTKs to a higher speed, then you can use the tip that I taught you before, where you start off slow and gradually make it faster until you're really comfortable with doing it at a higher speed, like. And by the way, guys, there are many other speed patterns out there. So if you look up something on YouTube like how to beatbox faster or fast beatbox patterns, then you'll find many more that can help you beatbox faster. Alright, so now that I've taught you how to add some speed into your beats, now I'm going to move on to the third tip of the day on how to make your beatboxing sound more professional. Alright, so the third way to make your beatboxing sound more professional is to develop your own unique style, or be original. And the reason why I say that this can make your beatboxing sound more professional is because, well, yeah, it's still impressive if you're able to copy somebody else's cool routine or somebody else's cool sound, but something even cooler than copying something cool is actually creating something cool yourself, like creating your own awesome sounds, creating your own awesome routines. And by the way, if you noticed, this is what all the professionals do. If you listen to all the professionals beatboxing at events or on videos, each and every one of them sounds very different. You don't hear them copying each other. And over the years, my strategy in order for me to have a more unique sound in my beatboxing is to use experimentation. Now you're probably wondering, well, you gotta be more specific. How do I use experimentation in my beatboxing? Well, how I usually experiment is I take sounds that I already know and put my own spin to them. For example, there have been times in the past where I've taken two separate individual established beatboxing sounds and combined them and created something really cool. Like in the past, I've taken the tongue bass, the lip oscillation, and combined them and did them at the same time to create a really cool car engine sound effect. Like this. So if you do the same thing with your beatboxing, like putting your own spin to a beatboxing sound or combining two sounds together, it'll probably turn out really cool for you too. Alright, so now that I've taught you how to develop your own unique original style, now I'm going to move on to the fourth and final tip of the day on how to make your beats sound more professional. Alright, so my fourth tip of the day is to learn a wide variety of beatboxing sounds. And the reason why you want to do this is because obviously you don't want to always be spamming the same two sounds in your beats. And this can also help you sound more professional because one, it adds more diversity in your beats, and two, obviously, if you've learned more, it shows that you have more experience. So today, in this tutorial, I'm going to be teaching you 3 very simple bass sounds that, in my opinion, can sound cool in just about any beat, and this will help you get started with adding some more diversity in your beats when it comes to using basses at least. And after this tutorial, you can learn as many sounds as you want to help add even more diversity in your beats. And these bass sounds that I'm about to teach you, I've actually taught them in a couple past tutorials, so if you're a subscriber of me and you already know them, I'm sorry. But if you haven't watched me before, then this will be good to learn. Alright, so the first bass that I'm going to teach you today is the throat bass, which would sound a little something like. The second bass that I'm going to teach you today is the tongue bass, which would sound a little something like. And the third bass that I'm going to teach you is the lip oscillation, which would sound a little something like. So I'm going to get this started with teaching you how to do the throat bass. So in order to do the throat bass like the. I actually did make a tutorial for that sound in spring of 2015. So if you want a more in-depth tutorial for that sound, then I would suggest clicking the link to that tutorial. It'll be down in the description. But if you want to learn it here, then I'll teach it here. So in order to do the throat bass, I would first suggest with getting yourself a bottle of water, because drinking water helps you do this sound more easily and more comfortably. Now after you do this, let's get started with actually doing the sound. So in order to get started with the throat bass, just make the sound you would do when you clear your throat, like and then you just take the sound you make when you clear your throat and extend it out, like no, 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 whoa, 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 whoa. Just like that. And that's pretty much what the throat bass is. But if you want to make your throat bass deeper, then I have another method for that. So in order to make your throat bass have a more low-pitched sound, or make it deeper, you just take the vibration and move it farther down in your throat. Like for example, when you're doing a normal throat bass, you'll feel it like up here, like whoa, 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 no, 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 no. But then you just take it and move it down, like whoa. So you're just taking it from up here, moving it down. Just like that. And now you have the throat bass. Alright, so the second bass that I'm going to be teaching you today, in order to help you add more diversity into your beats, is the tongue bass, which is the bass that goes like. And I actually did make a tutorial for this sound as well in summer of 2016. So if you want a more in-depth tutorial for this sound, then I would suggest going down in the description and clicking the link to that tutorial. But if you want to stay here and learn, then I'm about to teach it. So in order to do the tongue bass, you pretty much just need to know how to roll your tongue. And if you don't know how to do that, then I'm going to teach you. So what you start off doing is take the tip of your tongue and put it on the roof of your mouth, like just like that. And you don't want the tip of your tongue to be all the way on the roof of your mouth. You just want it to be right above where your front teeth are. And while the tip of your tongue is on the roof of your mouth, you want to make sure to keep your tongue nice and relaxed, because this will cause it to move easier. And while the tip of your tongue is on the roof of your mouth, and while your tongue is very relaxed, you want to just exhale. And you want to let out air, because when the air hits the tip of your tongue, it'll cause it to flap or vibrate or roll, like just like that. And now you pretty much have the tongue bass down. But if you want to make the tongue bass sound even cooler, then I want to let you know that the opening of your mouth can affect the pitch of the tongue bass. For example, I want to let you know that the more open your mouth is, the more high pitched your tongue bass will be. And the less open your mouth is, the more low pitched the tongue bass will be. Like listen to this. See how changing the opening of my mouth affected the pitch of the sound? And that's pretty much all you need to know for the tongue bass, and now I'm going to move on to teaching you the lip oscillation. Alright, so in order to do the lip oscillation, like the you pretty much just need to know how to do a lip flutter, or know how to buzz or vibrate your lips, like. And all you really need to know for this sound is that in order to change how it sounds, you could just loosen and tighten up your lips. For example, if you keep your lips loose while doing the lip oscillation, it should sound like what I did before, like just like that. But if you make your lips tighter while doing this sound, it can change how it sounds by a lot. Like listen to this. Just like that. And if you're adding the lip oscillation in a beat, you can use looser and tighter lips interchangeably to make it sound really cool, like. And that's pretty much it for today. I really hope that this tutorial helped you sound more professional with your beatboxing, and if it did, make sure to give this video a like, subscribe, follow my Instagram called KevinYouTube, or click that notification bell so you're notified anytime I make a new video. And remember, if you have any questions, feel free to leave those questions down in the comments, and I'll answer them the best I can. And that's it for today, so peace!